Cent just got caught trying to take Big Meech down again. Rick Ross just exposed the real reason behind 50's attacks. And it's not just beef. It's a calculated move to bury Meech for good. The lies, the manipulation, and the agenda 50 has been pushing will make you sick. At one point, 50 Cent and Big Meech were actually cool. Yeah, you heard that right. Before all this madness, 50 and Meech had mutual respect. In fact, after Big Meech was released from prison, 50 was right there, visiting him, showing support, and keeping their bond strong. It made sense. 50 had built his BMF TV series on Meech's legacy, giving his story an even bigger platform. The show, which premiered in 2021, reignited interest in the Black Mafia family's history. And in a way, 50 was helping cement Meech's name in hip-hop culture even further. Meech was sentenced to 30 years back in 2008 after being convicted of multiple charges, including criminal conspiracy and money laundering for his role in the Black Mafia family empire. Fast forward to October 15, 2024. After serving the bulk of his sentence, he was granted early release from a Florida prison and moved to a halfway house where he'll finish the remainder of his reduced sentence. His official release date, January 27, 2026. Until then, he'll be under supervised release, but that's clearly not stopping him from making his presence felt. But getting out was still a big deal, and 50 was there for him until he wasn't. The moment Big Meech decided to team up with Rick Ross, it was over. So now that Big Meech is officially back outside, he wanted to make his return in the biggest way possible by throwing a star-studded welcome home concert that's about to shake up Miami. And let's be real, after nearly 2 decades behind bars, it's only right that the Black Mafia family boss steps back into the spotlight with a proper homecoming, where Rick Ross will finally get to perform BMF in front of the man who literally inspired the song. But Rose isn't the only one hitting the stage. This lineup is stacked with some of the biggest names in rap. We're talking Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybagg Yo, Boss Man Dlow, and more. But there was one man left out, and 50 did not take that lightly. If you know 50, you know he expects absolute loyalty. The man has spent decades beefing with Rick Ross, and suddenly Meech is standing next to his biggest op? Yeah, 50 was not having it. So let's rewind a bit and talk about this legendary Rick Ross versus 50 Cent beef.
Ross and 50, they've had a long-standing beef for years. And I think this Rick Ross beef is the one beef that 50 will never let go of.
Back in the late 2000s, their feud started over something so petty it's almost comical. 50 allegedly looked at Ross funny at an award show. That's all it took for things to go nuclear. From there, 50 started coming for Ross's credibility, exposing his past as a correctional officer, and painting him as a fraud. He even went as far as leaking an explicit tape of Ross's baby mama just to humiliate him. The beef was ruthless and relentless, and to this day, neither one has let it go. So when Big Meech announced his show with Rick Ross, 50 took it as the ultimate betrayal. It wasn't just about business, it was about loyalty. And instead of just letting it slide, 50 did what 50 does best. He went to war. The moment the Welcome Home concert was announced, 50 Cent wasted zero time clapping back. He hopped on Instagram with a post featuring a giant rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech." That wasn't even the worst part. In the caption, 50 made it clear that Meech made the biggest mistake by distancing himself from one key person, Tammy Cowens. If you're asking, who? Trust, you're not alone. Tammy was Meech's assistant and business partner back in the day. But plot twist, she allegedly flipped and became an FBI informant. According to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci, Meech even put Tammy in charge of BMF Entertainment while he was locked up in 2008. But by 2009, she allegedly started working with the feds. Blue suggested that if Tammy flipped, then Meech might have done the same to get his sentence reduced. And if there's one thing 50 loves, it's a good old snitch accusation. But here's where it gets interesting. Tammy Cowens had been working with 50 Cent for years. She even hit him up now with a message for Meech.
I agree, it's unfortunate, right? Yeah. It really is, but I agree. So, we'll just let it be told when the story gets told.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
That's it. That's all it is.
If working with Tammy made Meech a snitch, then what does that make 50? People were quick to call out 50's hypocrisy, pointing out that he had been cozy with Tammy when it benefited him. If he was cool with her back then, why was he suddenly mad about her connection to Meech now? And Meech was not about to let 50 drag him like that without clapping back. The very next day, he hit Instagram with a post of him and 50, but with a big rat sticker covering 50's face and internet gangster stamped over his body. The message was loud and clear. He wasn't having it. And just in case that wasn't enough, Rick Ross, who never misses an opportunity to troll 50, jumped into the mess laughing at how pressed 50 was over Meech taking a picture with him.
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like put your back against the wall and just slide down.
But if you thought 50 was gonna take the L and move on, you don't know this man at all. The same day, he doubled down, posting yet another Instagram shot, this time clowning Meech's response. He referenced Big Screech, aka his new nickname for Meech, implying he's a rat and claimed that the text messages flying around were crazy. Then he drops another one, this time a viral video of some random man talking about snitching, but with Meech's face slapped on it. The caption was, he had Tammy Cowan doing all his dirty work. Her new tell-all break it down. Screech directed her and connected her to people to get his time cut. Basically, 50 keeps pushing the narrative that Meech was orchestrating moves behind the scenes to shorten his sentence. But he didn't stop there. He also went after Meech's son, Lil Meech, accusing him of being ungrateful and turning on him. Even Lil Meech was caught in the crossfire. 50 turned on him too, threatening to kick him off the BMF show and embarrass him in public. And the worst part? Lil Meech had always been loyal to 50. Lil Meech clearly wanted no part of the war. And at one point, he actually tried to squash the beef, even reaching out to 50 over text to make amends. He wrote, "Now I'm mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy, love only showed love and loyalty in human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you." He even admitted, "Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season." But 50 wasn't having it. He took those private messages and leaked them all over Instagram, writing, "What next season, little ninja?" He made it very clear that his Star series BMF was officially a wrap. If Meech thought he could smooth things over, 50 shut that down immediately. And then things got even messier. In his latest attack, 50 decided to take things real personal by posting a video montage of Lil Meech and Rick Ross's daughter, Toy Roberts, from back when they were teens. The clips showed them at her Sweet 16 party in 2018, and even rolling up to prom together, with the original post claiming they used to date. Now, was there a reason 50 needed to bring this up in 2025? Number. Did he do it anyway for maximum pettiness? Absolutely. But 50 wasn't just being messy for fun. He took the opportunity to roast Big Meech's parenting skills while he was at it. He wrote, "Why old boy didn't look out for me and send him to acting school, Big Screech. All your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the black Pablo Escobar and effed him up." Then, he flexed about how much money he has supposedly made for the Flannery family, specifically through his BMF TV series on Stars. According to him, while Meech was locked up, he was out here securing the bag for the fam. "I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. You think people don't see you want to shine so bad you wearing the baby's jewelry. Bitch, give the baby back his jewelry." 50 Cent is not letting up on Big Meech, keeping the pressure on and doubling down on the snitching allegations, even after Meech publicly denied ever folding under pressure. So Meech was not about to let that narrative slide. In a video response, he made it clear, but 50 was not buying it. Instead of letting it slide, he hopped on Instagram and ripped Meech apart. And just when you thought it couldn't get pettier, 50 started clowning Meech's concert. According to Fifth, most of these artists aren't even showing up. And in case anyone still had doubts, 50 drove the point home in his caption. If the artist on the bill don't show up, are you gonna want a refund? Big Screech is not even gonna be there. He can't go out after 6 p.m. But don't take my word for it. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Then, because he always has to get the last laugh, 50 followed up with a skit mocking Meech, making it look like he was reading off cue cards during his video.